What's going on YouTube? It is Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina, where it's hot, it's toasty. We've been talking about lawn stress. We've been talking about dry spots in our fescue, and maybe you got Kentucky bluegrass. You probably definitely are seeing dry spots. We've been talking about summer tips. We quickly talked about prepping for summer, and then bam, it's like it's here now. So here we are in summer. So I'm in the backyard in the shade. I just got finished filming the video that you should have saw on Monday where we applied Foreplay. No, we're not talking about a sexual term. Foreplay is an actual product. It's actually hydrotane with C extra, with humate, and with a non-ionic surfactant blended together. So it's like hydrotane times 3. It's more than hydrotane, but it's a summer blend for your lawn. And you can go check that out. We talked about it previously, the paper, we read the label, we read what Yard Mastery said, then we applied it in the front yard, and I showed you how to apply it with the backpack sprayer, and then I finished that. Well, I'm going to finish it this weekend, but by the time you're seeing this, it's been done in my lawn during the weekend. So, but I wanted to, I was thinking this, and I think of things while I'm out in the yard. Maybe I'm the only nut job that does that, but I think of things out loud that you may be like, well, that's a stupid question. But does the age of your grass matter when we're talking about summer stress and dry spots and our grass going dormant versus not going dormant, and some of it having issues where other spots don't? And so the reason why I'll talk about why I'm thinking about this, but we've talked about in a couple videos back up by the road, by my mailbox, and I'll throw in a clip where we talked about by the road. That's where the dry spots were popping up first this year, right, in 2023. And so I talked about how we dug that spot up, and here's a clip of me digging up a spot just to see what's under there. And when I got in the ground, it was rocky. It was just, roots are having a hard time getting down. We replaced that with lawn soil and natural dirt. Bam, that triple threat we planted came right up in like 4 days, 5 days, and it's thriving up there right now compared to the other spots of the bank. It is just because it's got good, healthy soil underneath of it. So we know that's a factor. We've proven it by visually showing you that spot is healthy and rocking, while the other spots are struggling and C-clamping, what I call C-clamping, curling up, protective mode, dehydrated looking grass. So we've proven that. But does the age of our grass make a difference? And really the answer, it's an open-ended question on this Wednesday, because that's what we're going to find out here on my channel. If you're new, we're going to find that out. And if you've been around, for the first 2 years, I planted GCI turf type tall fescue, which is mainly what this is. This is GCI turf type tall fescue mixed with probably still some GCI cool blue from the following year. And then we did some Spreader Elite, a spreading fescue. Yes, that's what Spreader Elite is. We'll link them below if you're interested in that. You can read it from GCI and see, yes, it's a fescue they've engineered or developed that spreads similar to Kentucky bluegrass, and yeah, you can read about that. So I applied some of that, but we had a washout, so that's why I always just tell you guys it's mainly GCI turf type tall fescue back here, but we've got 3 different GCI blends over time. Point being, with all of that said, we did not have to overseed last year, and so the fact that I didn't overseed, is that going to make a difference? I'm curious. This is another ongoing test that we'll be able to review at the end of the year. So maybe you're like me. Last year you finally survived, like 90-80% of your lawn survived last summer. I think a lot of people did because we had this big cool down like in June, and it really helped my lawn to survive after that. So maybe your lawn also survived. Will that make a difference? I would have to guess. It's open-ended. We're going to find out, but I would have to think yes, because we've had all that extra time for this grass is not just newly planted in September when I would normally plant the first 2 years. This grass I planted 2 years ago come September. So I would hope that it absolutely makes it through summer. It has less dry spots because the roots hopefully have had way more time than, let's see, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So 9 to 10 months typically is how old my grass is when summer hit the first 2 years, and I would have it die off around July. Last year we kept it alive. We pumped $400 worth of water in this lawn, and and we survived. So now that we made it a whole nother year, and we're talking about now 18 months old grass, will that make a difference? Did all that root growth over the next 9 months make a difference for me and this GCI turf? Or will it make a difference for you if you survived? Have you considered that? If you're a lawn veteran out there, clearly there's some older guys that know that know better than Mr. Ferguson, the 40-year-old. So leave your comments below if you're like, absolutely, I know it for a fact, or you would think that, but this isn't true. We know the soil needs to be right because we've proven that, as I just mentioned, and we've shown that to be the case. But what about the age of our grass? If it's now 2 years old instead of brand new 9-month-old grass, I would hope that it has a better chance. So I just wanted to pose my thoughts and that to you so we can follow up on this in the coming months, in August or September, when it comes time to talk about overseeding. Do we need to overseed? Well, that will be one of the parts that we talk about. Well, remember way back in the end of May where Mr. Ferguson was standing in the backyard asking if his 2-year-old grass would make it? We're going to find out, because if we have to overseed back here, clearly I was wrong. The heat was way too strong this year. There's a lot of factors to go into it. But as we mentioned last video, we're doing Foreplay in the front yard. We're doing Foreplay to try to hydrate it, not a replacement for water. Always want to say that in my videos, not a replacement for water, but it helps to reduce watering by sucking it up out of the air, right? So I'm using the tools available to me to try to invest in this lawn so that I don't lose it, so I don't have to buy more seed and keep getting in that cycle over and over. I want to use pre-emergent. I want to stop Poa annua. That's why I'm doing all that I'm doing, is to stop Poa annua. That's the ultimate thing, because I told you guys at the beginning of this channel, I hate Poa annua. See, I'm sneaky like that. The battle's always about Poa, but we have to go around, you know, go around the house to get to where we're going to go sometime. We have to do all of this to get to our real enemy, which is Poa annua, which I hate, which we've almost destroyed in this lawn, but we still have it pop up. But I want to be able to pre-emergent the entire lawn without having the overseed. Not that I don't enjoy purchasing GCI seed and putting it down and watching that beautiful grass come up. That's why we're going to start a lawn project up the road at the church. But I just wanted to pose that question to you. So all my vets, let me know if you're a new homeowner and you're just learning. You're like, well, Mr. Ferguson, I'm nowhere near where you are yet. I'm just starting. Well, it goes to what we've been talking about briefly before. Invest in the grass that you're laying. If it looks great, if last September you invested in all this money, all this work, and we're coming into summer, you can either invest 100% in the water and in the products that I use, the calcium that we talked about and all this, invest in keeping it alive, or you can say, well, I don't have the budget, I'm not ready for that, let it die off, and we have to overseed, right? Because we have to keep seeding fescue. So it goes to which way you want to play this thing. It's up to you, it's up to your budget. So I just wanted to bring that question to you. Let me know your thoughts below on this quick Wednesday video. We kind of do videos on Wednesday a little bit quicker. We don't do a lot of applications. Sometimes we will, but I wanted to pose that question to you. So let me know your thoughts below. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Thank you for all the new people. I'm going to go inside and enjoy an ice cold, probably orange Gatorade, since Chris Glenn told me to buy one. Thank you, Chris. I'm going to go in here and get me an ice cold orange Gatorade. God bless you guys. I hope to see you on Friday with another lawn care video. May the Lord bless you. Be good. We'll see you.